Oh, wait. There you go.
All we got is time, so stay a while, stay a while. All we got.
Hello.
Hi everyone, welcome back. This is part 2 of why we went to Ghana.
Are we immigrants? Obviously, from the first part. You understand that we're not. But we went to Ghana for some time.
Yeah.
And now we're going to talk a little bit about coming back. So, and this was our final comeback, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we came back around in the 90s. We're not going to tell you
Yeah,
exactly.
don't
when.
even give the year because, it is what it is. Yeah, we came back. We were excited. Yay! We're going to America.
Oh, yeah. We were preparing to come
We
back.
came back on our own. Our
We had like
father
a
received us.
stewardess who escorted us. Something.
Pretty cool.
Came and picked us
We're
up
so
from
happy.
the
They had a
airport.
party for us.
Yeah, there was a party going on. We were like,
Yeah.
what is
It was happy. You know, I go back to that time. I'm like, wow, that was so nice.
And then seeing our room.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
my parents went, Oh, man. I think we had Pocahontas or something like that. It was decorated. So, because
Yeah,
we're coming from Africa and we're like, whoa, this is so cool.
Yeah.
We got like new jewelry. It was,
So I want
we
to
were
say,
welcomed.
I must have been 7. And you must have been 6 when you came back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to the first grade when I came back.
And I went to the 2nd grade.
Yes. So everything was good. We just told you about that party. We
Yes.
were jamming.
Yes.
It was good until it wasn't.
Yes. Okay, you have to be mindful that, we were back in Ghana. Ghana is, you're active, you're outdoors.
Eating fresh food.
Yes. Right? So when we came back, we looked different.
Mm-hmm.
Our
We were
parents kind of
slim.
sad. Yeah, we were slim,
We had accents. Not light accents. We had thick accents. Okay.
Very thick. Woo!
I wish I had videos from them. Maybe my dad does.
Yeah, dad does have it, yeah.
Yeah, so we had accents and everything like that. Like, we look like African. I don't know. First of all,
that's we were straight off the boat.
No, let's not even say that. Let's not even, because then I feel like we're trying to play people who come. No, we maybe look like what people stereotypically would think Africans look like.
And don't say, okay, there's ways that people dress. So you saying that, I get it.
Yeah.
People in Ghana don't really dress the way.
Well, it depends. That's what I'm saying. We have to be mindful of people who are upper class, right? But people who are upper class, or people whose parents traveled a lot and they wore foreign things, right? Yeah. So, but anyways, things were good until they weren't because we started school. Who wants to go first and talk about their school experience?
I'll talk about mine. The beginning was just not good. I had a thick accent. It was hard for the teachers and the students to understand me. I just remember like a boy like pulling my hair and I just remember like going under the desk and hiding and putting my head on the desk and just crying, and it was rough. From then I knew I had to change the way I spoke. Yeah.
For me,
and it was hard for me. I don't know. So that means I really spoke a different language because it was hard for me.
So here's the thing:
to speak the way that the American English.
It was hard for me, but not as hard as it was for her.
So 2nd grade up into high school, even now, it's hard for me to speak American English.
Please excuse my sister. She's very dramatic. Chill, okay? So, right. So we had accents, and in my class, I had a lot of white people. Let me just explain. My teacher was white too. And was your teacher white?
No.
Oh, okay.
She was black.
So I had a white teacher. I remember having like my Ghana notebook with like, the guy with the graduation cap on. Like, anyways, whatever. And then like standing up to talk, and they're like, you don't need that book. You don't, just calm down. And then like,
and I think our attitudes, our personalities are very different. we're very alike, we're also very different.
Yeah.
I'm very like to myself and like quiet, and so, but you were like,
I don't know if I was like that when I was younger.
Well, maybe not like that, but I think you had more confidence and you were more like excited. But when I went, and I was just like wide-eyed, and that's just, you know, my disposition. Yeah.
And so for me, I was like, oh my gosh, who are these people? Like, look at the way they speak. And for me, there was like a little bit of awe, like, oh my gosh, I want to emulate that. Mm-hmm. Do you remember how we said a few episodes ago that I used to be called Oreo?
Oh yeah.
I heard them speaking. I was like, I want this, right? Mm-hmm. So I adapted that. And I think as children, we're all impressionable, so we can pick up anything. So I was, I guess, able to easily change my accent or code switch. Yeah. And I don't know if now it's still code switching. I don't know if it's this is the way I talk or if it's code switching.
But, and also like, especially by our dad, like we were specifically like made to not speak our dialects. We had to speak only English. He wanted us to kind of like erase the foreign language, and it's because of what happened. You know, he didn't want us to be
right. So his experience as an immigrant, what he went through in discrimination,
yes,
he was like, I don't want my kids to come and then go through this. So if we keep speaking this language at home, they're still gonna, you know, struggle, and they're not gonna assimilate.
Exactly.
And so with that, I think that was his attempt to kind of help us assimilate better. So we stopped speaking our dialect. Like, I didn't even know I spoke the language until like later. That I was like, yeah, you guys spoke it. And I was like, oh, really? You know, again, going back to, you only remember things, but you don't remember the language you did the things in.
Yeah, and like, maybe some of you watching can relate to that, right? Whether if it's you came from the Philippines, you came from India, you came from
Asia, somewhere in China or Japan,
you know, Europe, you can. I'm sure some of you can relate to that, right? Did you have that issue? Mm-hmm. Did your parents not want you to speak your dialect? Did they make you want, or did they encourage you to speak more of the Western language, the English language? You know, let us know.
Did you want to speak it, or did they force you to speak it? Like, what happened?
And also, like, what kind of like era or millennium or millennium are you coming from? Right?
I don't know.
Are you like from the 90s, the 2000s, or you know, or even now in the 2020s?
Yeah.
You know, because times have changed, right? But I think just to be able to assimilate easier and not feel left out or different, you know, our parents really tried.
Yeah, they did their best. Listen, they did their best.
Even when it came to clothing.
Yeah, clothing. I think we were twins forever. Okay, we were twins
our mom dressed us
forever.
the same.
But I love the way she dressed us. Yeah. Like, it was pretty nice.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know if we dressed like the other kids, but I think we looked nice, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the way we dress. So we assimilated with the style of dress. In Ghana, we would wear uniforms to school all the time, so we weren't used to changing up our clothes every day to go to school. So she took care of that. And then, like, even in school, like, I think what I realized is that school actually changed us when we moved here.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for us going to school, we wouldn't have been exposed to all these things that we're talking about.
Exactly.
And like, same things with like celebrations. Like, we can talk about like, we didn't celebrate what is Halloween? What is that?
Yeah.
It wasn't a thing. Like, even if you think about Christmas, like, to live in somewhere like Ghana, like, Christmas is not like here, you know. I don't have memories of Christmas, you know, or things like that.
I mean, even though it is largely a Christendom country, they didn't do it. Didn't go in. You know,
like
celebrations.
And so that helps.
It was more of you go to like your religious service and then come back and have like a dinner or whatever.
And so that helps us to see how like everyone is so different, but like when we come here, we always want to fit in, right? Yep. And my mom tried her best, because it was kind of like, your children are going to school, they're coming back, I want to do this, the other kids are doing this, we should do this.
Yes.
So they're like, okay.
Yes. Even play an instrument.
Right. Yeah.
I used to play the cello.
I used to play the viola, but then I stopped. I play the flute.
I'm gonna
now.
try to get back into that.
That would be so cool. I think
Yeah,
we should
I
really
want
try and
to.
pick that
Yeah.
up. Yeah. So, like, do we feel different, like, because of what we have gone through? Like, and when I say different than the people around us, right? Like, we can't talk about the broad population in general. I'm talking about, like, the people we interact
In our area?
with. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And the thing is, I have, like, groups of, like, friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I say groups, it's not, like, cliques, but, like, this group of friends have, like, the same, like,
Upbringing
as me, or, you know, ideology, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because of where we come from. And then I have another group of friends who, they're just, you know, westernized. They were, you know, raised here. And so, even like being from, what would I say in the other episode? Mixed
culture.
Mixed culture. Even though it's all in West Africa, it's, you know, different countries. So, mixed culture, I used to feel like, okay, I don't really fit into one group.
Right,
or
because
one category.
even now, I wouldn't say that if somebody comes straight from Ghana, we can, like, immediately feel like them. No, like, we can relate to certain things about them, but we're still different.
Yeah.
We've had a little bit of everything.
So I honestly never feel like I fit just in one place.
Right.
But I know where I feel comfortable. And to me specifically, it has to do with my childhood. Mm-hmm. So Ghana is just home to me, because there's this formative years that we kind of went through there. And it's like so near and dear to my heart. So, yeah.
Same.
And then, like, you know, even when we came back, I think, I can't remember what year it started. Maybe in middle school, we would go back, like, every 2 years
we
or
spend
something.
summers there and stuff like that.
So that had a big deal, you know.
Thank you so much,
shaping us.
Mommy, for the experiences.
Yes.
And so, with all this, like, is there anything that you want to change, that you wish you could change? You know what I would say? I would say that sometimes we always have little things we want to change.
Of course.
But overall,
If you
the
can do it
overall
different.
experience, no.
No, because I wouldn't be who I am today.
Same.
If it wasn't for those experiences.
Same.
Yeah.
Exactly. We would not be who we are. So
Yeah. You learn that your experiences make you stronger. You know, they do. So.
yeah. But we're not of the mindset of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. First of all, don't bring that over here. I don't want to be almost at death and then be stronger.
Yeah.
So,
But we're going to leave the rest of this conversation in the comments.
yes, guys,
So
please interact
I need to
with
hear
us.
what you all have to say. Share this video with your mama, with your sisters, with your brothers, with your friends, with your cousins, with your neighbors, co-workers. Spread it like wildfire. Because we really want to get a conversation going.
And even give
This
us
is our
feedback.
community, yes. So
Yes, this is our community, but your community too. You're
Yes.
part of it.
Yes.
And you make us enjoy what we're doing. And it's so nice because it's like we go through experiences and sometimes it's like we feel like our lived experience is only us.
Yes.
And then you have these conversations, you're like, oh, I'm not alone.
Yep.
Okay, I can relate to that.
Yep.
So, yes, thank you guys. Thank you for always sticking with us. We really, really appreciate you guys. And thank you for joining us for another episode of Market on the Wall Podcast.
All we got is time.